This is the Happen to Your Career podcast with Scott Anthony Barlow.
We help you stop doing work that doesn't fit you, figure out what does, and make it happen.
We help you define the work that is unapologetically you and then go get it.
If you feel like you were meant for more and you're ready to make a change, keep listening.
Here's Scott.
Here's Scott.
Here's Scott.
We all know the basics that go into applying for a job. Update our resume, fill out whatever the application asks for, and submit that resume. But have you ever stopped to consider that you may not actually need a resume to land your ideal career? What if you're going to all that trouble for something that you don't really need? So I want to break this down. Why do we need a resume in the first place? Most people just assume it's a given, but when you really evaluate the question, the typical answers do not hold up. I want to share with you a few of the most common responses I've encountered over the years when I've asked this question. Why do you need a resume? Okay, common answer number one. Because I want to get a job. It's the classic Captain Obvious response. But here's the thing. Resumes don't actually get you jobs. You rarely hear somebody say, "Oh, I sent in my resume and the hiring manager called me out of the blue to offer me the position." In fact, out of all my years of helping people find fulfilling work and, working in recruiting, working in HR and being a hiring manager, I've only seen this happen a couple of times. And let me tell you, they were not for companies that I would want to work for. Okay, well, then what is the real purpose of a resume? Nope, not to land the job. It's instead a personal marketing document designed to help you land that crucial meeting. Whether we're talking about a traditional interview or an informal chat, it's about the meeting itself. Okay, let's go to another answer to the question. Why do you need a resume? Common answer number two. Because companies require resumes on their applications. Okay, brace yourself for this. Many of the people that we've helped here at Happen to Your Career land jobs, get offers and opportunities without ever submitting a resume or application to get that first meeting. Or, here's a step further. And sometimes if they did fill out a resume or application, it was more just a formality for record keeping. In fact, I remember one time, this is actually from my past, getting a call from my new boss. This has been, early 2000s, offering me a job. And only later on did I receive an email asking for my resume and a completed application. I already had the job offer at that point. Oh, by the way, this was not a small company. This is actually a Fortune 500 company with lots of policies and procedures. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because most of the time people will say over and over again, well, you know what, my company or this organization or this industry has all kinds of regulations and policies and procedures. And it turns out there's exceptions to all of those. Okay. By the way, for some context, I worked in HR and I was one of the enforcers of policies and procedures and everything else. So it's with that in mind that I say that there are so many exceptions here. Okay. Have I encountered the situation where a resume is not a necessity then? Yeah, absolutely. Many times over. So let me ask you a question. Why is it that we think whenever we want to change careers, do anything with our career whatsoever, why do we think updating the resume is the first step when making a career change? The biggest reason is very simple. It's the most tangible, visible next step that we are aware of when we decide to change jobs, careers, roles, apply for a promotion, whatever it is. It's what we think we should do first. But here's the catch. Following these normal channels typically leads to normal jobs at normal organizations. And statistically speaking, normal means not really liking your job. Most people don't. In fact, only 13% feel significant meaning and engagement in what they do or refer to their work as what Gallup might call a great job. Okay. Also normal is not being paid very well. The average income in the US is below $100,000 for most workers. Yeah, okay, so normal doesn't sound that exciting. So why settle for a normal job? Let me put it this way. A different way to think about this is unconventional opportunities happen through unconventional methods and might be challenging, but they can also be much more effective. Often they involve building relationships and uncovering hidden opportunities, which means you might not even need a resume. So you might be thinking, if perfecting my resume isn't always the right first step toward finding fulfilling work, how do I find out if I actually do need a resume or not? Well, it turns out I actually have two different tools and resources for you today. So number one, you can go into the description on your podcast or the show notes, and there will be a link in there to a blog post. And at the bottom of that blog post, there will be a form that will take you through and help you understand, do you actually need a resume? Is it going to be the most useful thing that you can do next if you're considering a change? Okay, so that is number one. And the other thing that we encounter all the time is a general rule is, if you don't know exactly what you want to change to, then it's probably going to be an indicator that resume is not your first step, not your first next step. So if you don't know exactly what you want to change to, I would recommend checking out our free 8-day mini course, our free 8-day Figure It Out mini course. In fact, this course will guide you through 8 days of questions to help you figure out what's truly important in choosing a career that fits you. It will get you started thinking very differently about what you want and what you need in an extraordinary next career step for you. And if you want to do that, you can do it very easily, free, and just visit figureitout.co. That's figureitout.co, and sign up right now for free. Or you can, again, go into the show notes and we'll have a link in there too. Until next time, I am out. Adios. I hope this was helpful.